Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel, or if you're new here, very welcome. My name is Ieva and this is Lupi, and today I want to share with you a whole body flow with a focus on your hamstrings, so on a hamstring strength and flexibility. For this session you will only need yourself, something soft beneath you, or maybe a yoga mat if you have, and then also a pillow or a yoga block. So grab those and let's meet laying on our backs. If you're on your back already, you can bend your legs and keep the feet around hip distance apart, maybe slightly wider. Elongate your neck, and then we will slowly start to lift the tailbone up towards the sky, meeting in the bridge pose. Squeeze the glutes, and then lower your hips down. Let's do a few more. Lift the hips up, squeeze the glutes, and then lower. And over here already start to bring the attention to your breath. So harmonizing the movement with the breath. So whenever you lift the hips up, you can inhale. And whenever you lower the hips down, you can exhale. So awareness to your breath and the movement. Harmonizing these two together. Let's do one more. Lift the hips up, squeeze the glutes, lift slightly higher, stay here for a moment, and then lower. Now bring your feet slightly further away from your hips. So the further away we go, most likely we will feel more intense on our hamstrings. So explore that and see which is more intense on your hamstrings. And then again, lift the hips up, squeeze the glutes, and then lower. And continue like that. So try to do the movement really mindfully. Again, awareness on your breath. At the same time, check how are your shoulders and neck and head is feeling. So perhaps allow to relax your shoulders even more. And let's do one more. Inhale, lift, squeeze the glutes, stay there for a moment in the top position, and then exhale, lower. And now let's go even further once again. So you go with your feet further away from your hips. We don't want to feel any pain or discomfort in our lower back, so you explore. Perhaps if it's not comfortable, don't go that far, and then go slightly less. So you know you're your own boss, so you decide. So this is my invitation. Let's try. Inhale and then lift the hips up, squeeze the glutes. So for example, for me, here I feel it more intense in my hamstrings compared to the other two bridge positions. And then lower. Continue. Inhalation, you lift. Exhale, lower. Let's do one more. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Now come back slightly closer to your hips once again, and then we will lift the hips up. We will hold in the top position once again, and then lift your heels up as well, so you come on your tiptoes. At the same time, remember to relax your shoulders, your neck. Neck is long, your head. And over here, if you'd like, you can interlace your fingers underneath your back, if that feels nice. If this creates some discomfort in your neck, you can just hold the arms by the side, or some people enjoy to lift the arms back. So you decide whichever feels the best for you. Continue lifting the heels up, squeezing the glutes. Take a breath in, and on the breath out, lower the hips down. Keep the left leg how it is, and then extend your right leg up towards the sky. And then we will point the right foot and flex it a few times. And then bring your right leg closer to your body. And over here, first, let's not use our arms to help ourselves to go closer. And let's try to use the muscles. So with the right leg going towards your head. And you can also add a little pulsing movement. So going closer and back, closer and back. So it's a very tiny movement. Inhale, exhale. One more breath in, inhale. And then let's meet in a half happy baby. So bend the right leg, right knee almost wants to go to the right side, almost into your armpit, but more to the right. And then a few options. Maybe you grab the outside of your foot, your ankle, your shin, your inner knee. So whichever feels comfortable for you. With your left leg, you can stay with the left leg bent, or maybe you want to come into the half butterfly position. So bending the left leg and the left knee opens up to the left side. Stay here, and again, awareness to your breath, allowing your body to soften and to relax. Let's take one more inhalation over here. And then exhale, let go. Lower the right foot down, and now lift the left leg up toward the sky. Point the left foot, flex it, point, flex several more times. And then with using your muscles, start to bring the left leg closer to your upper body, so towards your head. And the left leg stays more or less straight. You can decide if you want to keep the left foot pointed or flexed. It doesn't matter, but what I think is nice is to have an intention. So we are aware what our body is doing at the moment. Perhaps also adding those little pulsations, tiny movements back and forth. Inhale, exhale. A few more. Continue to breathe. Check if you're breathing. So throughout the whole practice, so we are of course doing the physical postures, physical movements, and at the same time we're breathing, we're trying to focus on the breath, to focus on this moment. Take a breath in, breath out. Explore what's happening when you do these little pulsations. So for example, for me, I also feel the activation in my front thigh. So no right or wrong. You might feel something different. Just explore. Exploration of the sensations. Last one, inhale. And then half happy baby on the other side. So now on the left side, hand on your outside of your left foot, your ankle, your inner knee, whichever feels nice. Your tailbone, your glute is going down, and then with your right foot you can decide what you want to do. So maybe you open it up, so right knee towards the ground, or you keep the right leg bent, or maybe you want to extend the right leg. So again, you are your own boss. What feels best for you now? Let's stay in our half happy baby. Continue to breathe. One more breath in, breathing through the nose. And whenever you exhale, let go of your left leg. And now put your hands behind your inner knees. And first, let's massage the back by perhaps rolling to the left, to the right. And then let's start to roll forward and back. Forward and back. So treat this movement not only as a transition to the other position, but also as an exploration, as a way to explore. How does it feel? How does it feel to your back? Yeah, for me, I really enjoy these movements. For me, they're quite fun and playful. Okay, and the next time your feet touches the ground, let's meet in a tabletop position. So perhaps you cross your ankles or whatever other way. Let's meet in a tabletop position. Few cat and cows. Arch your back with inhalation and round your spine. Come back into the center. Now let's meet on our fingertips and then lower the palms down. On the fingertips, palms down. And let's repeat. So let's warm up our wrists. Okay, sit back onto your heels, but first of all, tuck your toes underneath you. Tuck the little toe under as well. Sometimes it stays untucked. And then extend your arms towards the sky. Squeeze the fingers into the fists and then open them up. Squeeze, open, squeeze, open. Try to do this as mindfully and controlled as you can. Open, squeeze, open, squeeze, open, squeeze at the same time. So not only we are warming up our wrists, but also it might be quite intense for your feet, for your toes. As always, we never want any pain. So don't do it if you feel any pain. Perhaps if there is very big discomfort, you can lift the hips up, so then it will be less intense, less intensity on your toes. Open, squeeze, and then shake your hands. Let's meet in a downward looking dog, hands down, start to lift your hips up and walk the downward looking dog. So by bending one knee, moving the hips to one side to the other. Over here, spread the fingers wide, knuckles are pushing down, so we have a very solid support. Lift your right leg up towards the sky, bend the knee, and then open up your hips so the knee reaches up high. And then at the same time, check what your shoulders are doing so you can keep the shoulders in line. Push the ground away from you. Now your right knee wants to touch your right elbow. Go back up. 2 more. Right elbow. Go back up. Last one to touch with right elbow. Go back up. And then we put the right foot into the front of the yoga mat. And over here, we will lift the left foot up and we will meet in a standing position with the left knee, left leg bent. So start to lift the left leg, lift the left knee. I hope that makes sense. And then inhale, arms up towards the sky. Extend the left leg and bend it. 2 more, extend it, bend it. Last one, extend it, bend it. Let's meet in a warrior 3. So move your left foot back, extend your left leg. Arms of your choice. Maybe palms are looking down, shoulder blades together, chest is open. If you want more intense, extend your arms forward. Or maybe you want to interlace your fingers behind you. So whichever feels best for you, you do it. Inhale, And then on the exhalation, lower the left foot down into a high lunge. Inhale, lift your arms up. Adjust the distance between your feet, so whichever feels good for you. You can keep the arms extended, reaching up, chest is open, take an inhalation, and then extend your right leg in front of you. Keep your hips squared, and then now we will start to go with our upper body down. But actually first, maybe you want to shorten your stance. So for me, shortening the stance feels nicer. So I want to go almost like parallel with my upper body, so with my spine to the ground. Over here, what could be nice is to have a block. So I put the block somewhere down. I shorten my stance, and then with my chest, I go forward, and then perhaps I lower my hands on the block or on the ground, so whatever feels nicer. So you decide. So if you have two blocks could be even more comfortable, but it's not necessary because one is absolutely perfect. Or not using the blocks, and maybe your hands on your hips, you stay here. Okay, so whenever you find your position, let's stay here for 3 breaths. So calm inhalations through the nose. Calm exhalations through the nose. And now start to round your spine, maybe bend the front leg, lower your hands down onto the ground. Relax your head, maybe shake your head as if you're saying no, as if you're saying yes. Then lower your hands down, maybe bending your front leg even more. And then sweep your right foot up towards the sky in a downward looking dog. Bend the right leg, knee reaches up, shoulders more or less in line. Take an inhalation. Exhale, lower the right foot down. And now bring the left leg up towards the sky. Bend the left knee, knee reaches up, and we try to keep our shoulders in line. Take a breath in. On the breath out, your left knee wants to touch your left elbow. We go into a plank and then reach the left leg back up. 2 more. And last one, lift the left leg up. And then left foot goes into the front of a yoga mat. And over here, we lift the right foot and we meet in the standing position with the right leg bent, right knee lifting up. Arms can be lifting up as well. Extend your right leg and bend it. 2 more, extend it, bend it. Last one, extend it, bend it. Inhale. And then warrior 3. Push the right foot back behind you and arms of your choice. Maybe arms by the side of the body. I like to face the palms down because this way I feel that the chest opens up more. So you decide. Maybe for more intensity, you want to reach the arms forward in front of you. So wherever you are, really try to have your whole body engaged. Check your breath. Are you breathing? One more breath. And then on the exhalation, lower the right foot back into a high lunge. Inhale, lift the arms up. Let's stay here for a moment. Open up your chest. Check where your block is, if you have a block. And then put the block somewhere in the front as well. And then extend the left leg. First, you might want to adjust your back leg. So perhaps bringing your right foot closer to your left foot. So shorter distance. And then over here, imagine that we move from the hip joints. So with the whole upper part of the body, we want to keep it straight and then start to go forward. And over here, maybe you lower your hand down onto the block, or you keep your hands on top of your hips, on your pelvis, and we stay here. The left leg is extended. So once you find your position, let's stay there, okay? And again, as always, the practice of the breath awareness. Feel the breath. How is your breath at the moment? No right or wrong, just observing. Let's stay here for 2 more cycles of breath. And then you can relax, maybe even bend the left leg, lower the hands down onto the ground, and then relax your head as well. So your head is very heavy, rounding your back. One more breath in. Breath out through the nose. Plant the hands down and sweep your left leg back into the three-legged downward looking dog. Bend the left leg. Lift the left knee up towards the sky. Check your shoulders. Shoulders can stay in line. Inhalation. Exhale, lower the left foot down. Open up your feet as wide as your yoga mat. Start to shuffle your hands closer to your feet. Let's meet in a forward fold for a moment. And then let's meet in the squat pose. Over here, if the distance as wide as your yoga mat is uncomfortable, you can adjust the distance. Put the palms of your hands together in front of your heart. Your elbows go inside your inner knees. Staying still or inviting any movement by swaying to the left, to the right. Neck is long, shoulders are relaxed. So you're doing very, very good. So nice that you're here practicing with me. I always really appreciate you being here. So thank you. And thank yourself as well for taking the time to move, to breathe, for taking this time for yourself. Okay, now let go of your hands. Now one knee touches the ground, push the hips forward, spine twist, look back, other way. Lower maybe the heels down, one knee down, twist to the other side. Let's do one more both sides. One knee down, look back, the other side, trying to lower the heels slightly slower, not the way I did. So having this awareness, intention, control. And now let's lower the knees down, lift the hips up, your toes are tucked. And then again, lower the hips down, lift the knees up, lower the heels. Let's continue. So whenever you are on your feet, transfer your weight on your left foot, and then we will come into the pistol squat. So extend the right leg in front of you, flex your right foot. for some help, hands behind you. So this is quite challenging, but let's explore. Let's stay here. Other side, right, whole of your weight to your right foot, and then we extend the left leg forward. Stay here and breathe. Stay with me. Inhale. On the exhalation, come back into the center, forward fold. Let's add a spine twist. Left hand stays on the ground, on the fingertips or on the block. So you grab that if it's more comfortable. Bend the left leg as much as you want. And then with inhalation, lift your right arm up towards the sky. Let's make circles with the top arm. So with the right arm, so from the right shoulder. Big circles, as if you're drawing a big zero with your right arm. Last one. Then swapping sides, lower the right hand down on the block or on the ground. Bend your right leg as much as it's comfortable. Keep the left leg straight. And then with inhalation, lift the left arm up towards the sky for a spine twist. Lengthen. And then add the big rotations with your left arm, so with your top arm. And let's do one more. Inhale, lift. And then lower the hands down, bend the knees, and come up onto your tabletop position. But first, perhaps grab a block, a yoga block, or, as I mentioned, if you don't have one, the pillow will be perfect. So over here, we will first move the left foot forward, and then right knee, we shuffle it back. Bend the right leg, and over here, we put the pillow into the inner knee, or if you have a block, in between your right ankle and your right glute. So over here, there are a few options. This might take a while to put it. For me, what I prefer is to lift my upper body up and then to position the block, the object over there. Flex your right foot once you are in the position and really try to squeeze the object. So now we want to bring some activation in our hamstrings. So really squeeze the object behind you. Squeeze, 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 squeeze. So a little bit of cramping is okay. Of course, as always, we don't want any pain. But yeah, the muscles are alive. We really squeeze the object. Take one more breath, squeeze the object. And then on the exhalation, downward looking dog. And downward looking dog might feel quite nice to stretch the hamstring after the squeezing. Let's do the other side, right foot forward. Lower the left knee down. Shuffle the left knee back. Over here, if it's comfortable to support yourself and put the object, do that. Or maybe you lift yourself up and then we put the object behind the left glute and left ankle. Once you find the position, let's stay there and breathe. Don't hold the breath. So at the same time, while we squeeze the object, we try to keep the shoulders relaxed. Jaw is also relaxed. Squeeze more. Keep the left foot flexing. Squeeze, 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 squeeze. So in yoga asana practice or in yoga posture practice, we do a lot of forward folding positions where we stretch our hamstrings. So it's also really good to activate the hamstrings, and this move is really perfect for that. So you can incorporate it to your different routines. And also for me personally, this is really nice before climbing, especially if you want to do any heel hooks, so to activate the hamstrings as well, so your legs are ready for climbing. Take a breath in, squeeze more, and a little bit more. And then take the block away and downward looking dog. Bend one knee, bend the other. Move your hips. Okay, now open your feet as wide as the yoga mat and hands almost also as wide as the yoga mat. Let's do a really fun movement. It's quite challenging and balancing, but let's try that. So first, let's lift the right leg up towards the sky and bend the right foot. Over here, now maybe come onto your left fingertips and you stay here, or maybe somehow super slowly we try to lift the left hand towards the right foot. Maybe we catch it, or maybe we just go towards the direction towards it. Breathe. If it's very easy, close your eyes. This will be for sure quite challenging and maybe falling out of a position. That's good. And come back to the breath. If you're still in the position, very slowly come out of it, if you have not fallen out of it already. And let's do the other side. Lift the left leg up, bend the left knee, keep the left hand down onto the ground. Now come onto your right fingertips. Maybe you stay here, or maybe we start to slowly lift the right hand. Go with the right hand back towards the left foot. We try to catch it somewhere in the air, we can't see it, so it's even extra challenge. And breathe. I have a wall on the right side, so whenever I want to fall out of a pose, it helps me. So stay in the position or super slowly come out of it. And then let's lower the knees down and then extend your arms up in front of you and sit back down onto your heels. Elongate your spine. Feel your inhalations, how the ribs are expanding all directions. So not only your chest is rising, but your back is expanding as well with every inhalation you take. So gentle breaths in through the nose, gentle breaths out. So over here, not waiting for another posture or movement to happen, but simply reminding yourself to bring your attention back to the breath, back to this moment, allowing your body to soften down into the yoga mat. Let's take one more breath in together. One breath out. With the help of your hands, lift your upper body up. Extend your legs forward. And then shake your legs. Relaxing your feet, relaxing all of your legs. Okay, so we are finished with today's whole body flow with a focus on the hamstring flexibility and strength. I really hope you enjoyed it. I would also like to invite you to my 2 yoga retreats that will happen next year in springtime. So one in April in El Chorro, Spain, and then the other one in May in Lithuania. I will leave the links down in the description below. It's always super nice to meet people from my YouTube community on my retreats and to connect with them, with you in real life. As always, thanks so much for being here and practicing with me online. If you'd like to support my channel, there are different ways, so consider subscribing if you haven't done so already. Press a thumbs up, down below. Leave a comment to let me know how the session went and how are you feeling now after the session. Or also you can donate financially if you want, and you can, and I will leave my GoFundMe down in the description below as well. So until next time, I wish you a beautiful day ahead.